Welcome to Top 10 Archive. They are nature's beautiful killers. Tall peaks that have no regard for social status or the family that you may be leaving behind. They may be majestic and picturesque from afar, but adventurers, take heed. These towering formations of rock and ice can kill you without pause. These 10 mountaintops from around the globe have the highest mortality rates, claiming the most lives per annual known visits. Number 10. Mount Blanc. Mount Blanc may not have the highest mortality rate, topping off at around 0.05%, but this mountain is home to more annual deaths a year than any other impressive peak. Often hailed as the deadliest mountain, Mount Blanc's impressively high annual death count stems from being one of the most visited tourist spots in the world. Mount Blanc is praised as the highest mount in the Alps and stands 4,807 meters or 15,771 feet tall. Each year, it is estimated that this great white mountain claims 100 lives, a number that most mountains just barely reach on a yearly basis. The mountain's easy accessibility is thought to be a big factor in many deaths, with inexperienced climbers underestimating the ease of the mountain's walk. Number 9. Mount Everest. Likely the world's most famous mountain peak, this Himalayan great is the gravesite of many ambitious climbers. Everest was first conquered in 1953 by Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay of John Hunt's expedition, and since then it has been a popular go-to for climbers looking to prove their skill. Anything from lack of oxygen to climbing hazards have claimed the lives of over 250 individuals, dating back to the 1922 British expedition. Mount Everest carries with it a mortality rate of 5.7% and is one of the 14 8,000ers, a collection of mountain peaks that peak over 8,000 meters, or roughly 26,000 feet. In April of 2012, upward of 22 were reported dead at the base of the mountain when an earthquake triggered a devastating avalanche. Number 8. Gasherbrum 1. Gasherbrum 1 stands within a remote group of peaks along the Baltoro Glacier on the northeastern end of the Karakoram Range. It is the tallest peak of the bunch at 8,080 meters or 26,509 feet. The snowy mountain is the final resting place for around 29 climbers, while only 334 can claim victory over the perilous paths, giving Gasherbrum 1 a mortality rate of around 9.43%. Among the 29 that have perished on the mountain is legendary Polish mountaineer Artur Hazer. After attempting to scale Gasherbrum 1, Hazer and fellow climber Marcin Kashkin were forced to return to camp when weather conditions made it impossible to reach the peak. The two made it to Camp 2 at 6,400 meters or 21,000 feet along a route known as the Japanese Couloir. Sometime after, Hazer fell to his death for reasons unknown. Number 7. Shishapangma. Standing an impressive 8,027 meters or 26,335 feet tall, Shishapangma of the Himalayan range is the 14th highest mount in the world, and despite restrictions imposed by the government of China and the Tibet Autonomous Region that limit foreign travelers, it's one of the deadliest peaks out there. Though this Tibetan range is sometimes labeled among the easiest of the 8,000ers, the mortality rate of 9.5% paints an entirely different picture. Overall, the mountain has seen 19 deaths, and while that number seems low, so is the number of visitors to the range. Only 201 brave climbers have summited Shishapangma, a considerably small number compared to, say, Everest's 4,000. Number 6. Makalu. Coming in as the 5th highest mountain in the world at an astounding 8,485 meters or 27,833 feet, Makalu in the Mahulangur Himalayas also sports a mortality rate of around 11%. The first recorded climb of Makalu came in 1954 at the hands of William Surrey and his team. This was the first time Makalu showed its perilous colors, as storms forced the team to turn back. A year later, French climbers Jean Couset and Lionel Tiré successfully summited the mountain, but not everyone has been as lucky since. 206 climbers may have summited the mountain, but 22 have perished at the hands of this impressively dangerous peak. Between avalanches, frigid weather, and dangerous paths, a trek on Makalu is not to be taken lightly. Number 5. Dhaulagiri. This impressive formation of nature in Nepal stretches 8,167 meters, or 26,790 feet above sea level, and is the 7th highest mountain in the world. Many climbers have braved the cliffs, icy slopes, and freezing weather of Dhaulagiri, and though 313 mountaineers have successfully summited the mountain, as many as 56 have perished, bringing the mountain's fatality rate to around 18%. Dhaulagiri was first attempted in 1960 by an expedition headed by Swiss, Austrian, and Nepali climbers. 9 years later, an American team led by Boyd Everett attempted the climb and wound up being the first recorded team to have perished on Dhaulagiri. In the midst of the expedition, an avalanche killed Everett and 7 of his team members. Other reported deaths occurred in 1975, 1978, 1984, 1990, and 1998. Number 4. K2. Being known as the Savage Mountain would likely give climbers some clue as to how dangerous or difficult the climb up this 8,611 meter or 28,251 foot mountain is. K2 is the 2nd highest mountain in the world and, due to extremely hazardous conditions, has never been successfully climbed during the winter. In 1856, a European team sent to survey the mountain was the first to designate it K2 for being the 2nd peak in the Karakoram Range. Oscar Eckenstein and Aleister Crowley were 2 of the 6-man team that attempted to scale the mountain in 1902, and though they pushed hard and made 5 attempts, they came about 2,000 meters or 6,500 feet shy of reaching the peak. K2's steep, icy slopes and unpredictable weather have been attributed to its near 19% overall death rate. Number 3. Kanchenjunga. At 8,586 meters or 28,169 feet, Kanchenjunga is the 3rd highest and the 3rd deadliest mountain in the world. Located just west of the Tamar River in the Kanchenjunga Himal section of the Himalayas, the main peak of this mountain has not seen much action, but that which it has seen has not always ended in celebration of joy. While 187 climbers have successfully summited the high peak of Kanchenjunga, its face is a graveyard for 40 unfortunate climbers. At a 22% death rate, it's not encouraged to put Kanchenjunga on your bucket list, as it could easily be the last thing you try to accomplish. During bad weather, sections of Kanchenjunga can be quite difficult to navigate correctly, making it quite easy to veer off path. Number 2. Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat just barely makes it into the top 10 highest mountains, sneaking in at number 9 at 8,126 meters or 26,660 feet. Though it may not be amongst the tallest, it is one of the deadliest and most notoriously difficult climbs out there. Due to the terrible weather conditions and ice-cold temperatures, Nanga Parbat has yet to be summited during the winter, though 28 different expeditions from 1988 to 2015 have tried. The mountain has been summited 263 times, but the 68 lives it has claimed give it a frightening mortality rate of near 23%. Nanga Parbat has been rightfully dubbed Man-Eater and Killer Mountain, its most recent victim being South Korean climber Go Mi-young, who summited the peak in 2009 before falling off of a cliff on the descent down. Number 1. Annapurna 1. The world's deadliest mountain, Annapurna 1, tops out with a death rate of an astounding 41%, meaning almost half of those who have made the deadly climb never made it back. Ironically, though it's number 1 on this list, Annapurna is the 10th highest mountain, towering at 8,091 meters or 26,545 feet above sea level. 130 climbers may have summited Annapurna 1, but 53 never saw success, dying from a variety of reasons. One notable expedition was in 1950, when Maurice Herzog and Louis Lachenal led an expedition up Annapurna 1 with nothing but a roughly routed map. During the descent, Herzog and Lachenal were met with terrible conditions that led to extreme frostbite. Herzog lost all of his fingers and toes and immortalized the journey in the best-selling book, Annapurna. Have you or would you attempt to climb any of these deadly mountains? Let us know in the comment section below. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and our website, top10archive.net. If you like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends. Have an idea for a future Top 10? Leave a comment on any of our videos.